We constantly hear about award shows that hand out these prizes to the most stunning and brave activists within the industry, and every single time they're laughed at for it because while diversity and inclusion are great when done naturally, these people are not writing authentic, genuine, amazing stories with these types of characters. They're just cramming them into every title as much as possible to get a point across. And now we are hearing about the 37th GLAAD Media Awards and some of the games that were nominated for LGBTQ plus representation are Hades 2 and Assassin's Creed Shadows. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community and my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, I never really take any of these award shows seriously because while it's nice for your favorite game to win, like with Claire Obscure Expedition 33 sweeping the Game Awards, it's not like it matters all that much. But at the same time, we can still laugh at some of these ridiculous ceremonies that happen, like the Gaming Awards, and also how GLAAD Media Awards are recognizing things like Assassin's Creed Shadows and Hades 2. Now, I had talked a lot in 2025 about awards being handed out to games like Dragon Age the Veilguard. This was the only Game of the Year award that this title actually won, and it was at the Gaming Awards, and apart from taking home this major award, it also snagged two other accolades during the event. This is such an awful game that does not deserve any sort of positive recognition. It completely changed what made Dragon Age special in the first place. It gave you this cringe squad, and then you had characters like Tosh who were walking billboards for certain modern sexualities. This character did not feel authentic and genuine. It didn't feel like they were actually character. They just were there to say, hey, listen, by the way, I'm a different sexuality than you guys. They just were terrible character. In general, most of the characters in this game were, but you also had things like top surgery scar toggles that were ridiculous, of course. But when you are running an award show just to pat activists on the back, yeah, clearly you're not really going to be taken all that seriously, and that is what GLAAD is doing. Now, if you don't know about this award ceremony and the criteria for nomination, here it is. Fair, accurate, and inclusive representations rather than portraying the lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, and queer community using broad stereotypes. The project deals with the characters or themes in a fair, accurate, and multidimensional manner. Inclusive speaks to the importance of having the diversity of the LGBTQ community represented in our nominees. Boldness and originality. The project breaks new ground by exploring LGBTQ subject matter in non-traditional ways, handles the LGBTQ content in a fresh and original manner. Impact. The media project dramatically increases the cultural dialogue about these issues or reaches an audience that is not regularly exposed to LGBTQ images and issues, which this right here is just another piece of proof that these activists want to push propaganda into our entertainment. They don't care about good storytelling. They do not care about actually just showing up and creating the best type of character possible. No, they want to expose you to images and issues to the max. It's over exposure, and this is, of course, not going to gain a lot of respect from people. Again, inclusion and diversity is great when done naturally, but it is forced these days. Companies have a checklist, and you have to tick off as many boxes as possible to get funding. And when you see this requirement of overall quality, well, to be honest, none of the games on these lists deserve to be even nominated because their quality levels are extremely poor. Now, here is the outstanding video game list. You have Ambrosia Sky Act 1, The August Before, Cabernet, The Great Villainess, Old Skies, Road to the Empress, and The Root Trees Are Dead. By the way, never heard of any of those games. Then you have Hades 2, which I know a lot of people liked Hades 1. Hades 2 hasn't really held any ground in this industry. Like, there aren't people particularly talking about it anymore. It didn't quite make the impact that the first game did. I suppose this is good for people who enjoyed the first title, but definitely didn't make an impact. Assassin's Creed Shadows, which is insane that this is on this list because Assassin's Creed games used to be good. They used to be high quality. The storytelling in this is bad. The historical inaccuracies are constant, and none of the characters in this title are good at all whatsoever. And yeah, the fact that you are nominating Assassin's Creed Shadows for LGBTQ representation is wild. And then Lost Records Bloom and Rage by Don't Nod, I did play on this channel and I hate myself for it. It is one of the worst games I have ever played, period. It is boring, it is bland, it is filled to the brim with messaging, and I highly recommend you stay away from this game. But none of these titles are good at all whatsoever. But because it ticks their boxes and it fits their narrative and it pushes the propaganda they support, well, then they're going to nominate it for everything and say it is amazing. And this is getting roasted on social media, and it's hilarious to see. It's fine if you like these games, it's fine. If you like what these activists are doing, you're allowed to have that opinion, but I also don't have to share it, and nobody else does either. Scrolling down this post about it, people are saying, because of course they have, ban them. Identity politics aside, Hades 2 was a decent enough game, but I just couldn't ignore some of the character design, so jarring and immersion breaking, like WTF even is this? And yeah, there are some elements to Hades that I do like. I think the general art style is pretty good, but you can very clearly tell that they're trying to throw as many different types of tropes and disabilities and modern day sensibilities into this game as possible. Now, maybe you're able to actually look past that and enjoy the gameplay itself. That's great. I'm glad for you, but a lot of people can't. Great choices. Pathetic. See, sacrificing the entire company was worth it. That's gay. We need a heterosexual award. Yeah, imagine if we had the non-inclusion awards, or we had the heterosexual award of the year going to the best straight characters. Like, there would be so much outrage, but yet they think what they are doing is perfectly fine. Because, of course, these people live in an echo chamber where everybody pats them on the back for being stunning and brave. And, well, if you criticize them, they just fall back to their victim mentality where they say, oh my god, everybody's just being an hysterophobe, and didn't win Game of the Year. The Propaganda Awards, truly a beacon of gaming appreciation. Love it. Keep telling me what games to avoid. Do you think they'll win? Well, one of these games is going to have to win. Out of this list, I genuinely believe it should be Lost Records Bloom and Rage, because it was such a slop fest. How is that an award? You don't need recognition for being gay. Stop coddling these people. Yeah, it used to be gay people and people of these different skin colors and sexualities. They just wanted to be treated like normal people. That's perfectly fine. That's a great request. But now it is, well, actually, haha, just kidding. We want to be raised above everybody else. We want to denigrate men so that women can be propped up. We've seen that happen with feminists who are really just misandrists. We see that happening with award shows like this. Hard pass, literally the gay award awarded for being retarded and gay. Gay, gay, gay. Which is why I never bought any of them. They do this shit so they can call garbage games award winning. Yeah, when nobody takes these titles seriously. All of the games on this list either did not sell well, or they've fallen off of a map and basically nobody is talking about them anymore. So I will be keeping my eye on this award show, as I do for most of the large ones. But yeah, a lot of people think that this is absolutely ridiculous, and rightfully so. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this important and informative, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.